YouTube, what is up? I just want to spend time with you today and just talk. It's going to be no fancy edits, no fancy B-roll, just me and you. Before we get started, if you're here, obviously you're here if you're watching the video, but don't forget to leave a like for the algorithm, comment if you found any value, and of course, subscribe. If you're new here, my name is Delano, and I own a video production agency located in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we mainly serve businesses. Our mission is to increase your business awareness, increase trust and conversion by using video content and of course video strategy. So enough of that. Diving into what I've purchased this year, either gear wise or coaching wise, that really helped to benefit my business. For the first thing I want to say is coaching. If you're a football fan, you understand that coaching matters, right? And you can have all the skill in the world, but if you don't have the guidance to get to where you need to go, then you're just wasting time. And this year I invested a pretty penny into a coaching program that has completely changed the way that I do business. We have weekly coaching calls, I think 5 to 4, either 4 or 5 days a week on different topics. It's a community of other filmmakers who have gone through what you've been through already, so you can reach out to them and gain their knowledge. And it's just having somebody who's been there before and who's been through what you're going through, give you the shortcut to avoid that pain, is definitely what anybody in any industry could invest in. So one, we have coaching, and just to give you an idea of how much it has affected me, my first year in business I made $9,000. That was, I think, 2022. My second year in business I made $20,000, so an increase. My third year in business I believe I made $40,000, and then this year I'm looking at around 70 to 80. It is December 1st, and I still got projects coming in, but I'm looking at around 70 or 80K. So coaching really does matter, and I have a goal next year of 200K. So coaching. Second, I want to talk about gear, and gear does matter. Don't listen to people. Gear does matter. If you want higher paying clients, then you typically need higher quality gear. And I don't mean like go out and buy a red camera, but just something to justify the production value of what you're doing. Like if somebody pays me $10,000, I'm not showing up with my iPhone, right? I'm going to have a camera set up. I'm going to have a boom mic and a few lights. I might even throw on a matte box, because that makes your camera look a little bit more expensive by using a matte box too. So the production value does matter for a higher paying client. So the gear that I've used this year to change my business has been 3 things. One, I went from a Canon R6 to a Canon R5C. Now the R5C, I got that because my R6 kept overheating when shooting in 4K, and it got a bit tiresome to constantly say, hey, let's take a quick break so I can let my camera cool down. Now, I didn't say the last part, but shooting a while for the R6, even inside, it overheats, and having to constantly stop and take the battery out so it can cool down, it really slows down your production day and makes you look kind of bad in your client's eyes, and we don't want that. So the Canon R5C has completely changed my workflow. That's what I use now. That's the only camera that I use for filming. If I get anything that requires 2 camera angles, I just rent a second R5C, because you just can't beat the quality that you get out of it for its price. Staying on gear, I invested in more lighting. I started out my journey with probably 2 small rig 250s, and they did its job, but certain times you needed a little more punch. So this year I'm using this light right now. I added the GVM 6. What is this? A GVM 650B. Now, I believe the aperture version of this is like $1,200. I got this GVM 650 for, I want to say, I got it on sale for like $400 or $500, and you can't beat that. You got 650 watts of power for about $500. You can't beat that, right? This light lets you overpower the sun if you're filming outside and just add more punch to your productions than using a 250 or a 300. Now, I also did invest in an Amaran 300 as well, but nothing beats the GVM 650B. Lastly, I'll talk about audio. Now, what I use for my professional shoots is I typically have a boom mic, and I have a Sennheiser. I'm not sure which one I have, but I'll probably put it somewhere here in this video somewhere. But I have a Sennheiser that I use as a boom mic, and that one adds a production value to your shoot, and you can't beat high quality professional audio. I either run it into my camera with the XLR, or I run it into a zoom using an XLR as well. But so audio, you cannot cheap out on audio for any of your productions. So this video is getting a little longer than what I wanted, but in conclusion, wrapping it all up, this year coaching, a better camera, better lighting, and better audio has transformed my business 1000%. So I don't foresee me buying anything big next year, hopefully. So what I have now is what I will rock with in 2025, and thanks for being here and listening to what I have to say. So that's really all I have here. So you can just like the video, comment if you found any value, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.